Hey, how are you doing today?
Hey, good.
Good. Josh.
Veronica, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Do you mind if I shut this?
No, go ahead.
Okay. Well, I appreciate you taking time to sit down and talk with us today.
Yeah, sure, no problem.
What I want to do today is I want to kind of go through, find out a little bit about your company, find out a little bit about the benefits that you offer.
Okay.
Tell you a little bit about Colonial, and then if we're a good fit, then we'll move forward. Does that sound good?
Sounds like a plan.
All right. Well, Veronica, if you could help me out a little bit with some questions like, how many employees do you have here?
We've got 20 full-timers
Okay.
right now.
Awesome. Now, with your 20 employees, what does a typical day kind of look like?
Well, we're open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5.
Okay.
Thursdays we're actually closed for patients. That's when we're catching up on paperwork
Okay.
and all that.
Okay.
And then we take lunch from noon to 2, but it's
Okay.
kind of staggered in there, so not everyone's gone at once. But
Okay.
that's kind of when people are doing lunch.
That sounds good. Now, when it comes to the demographic of your employees, what does that kind of look like?
Well, we're mainly female here, so I've got 15 girls that are with me, and I've got 5 males.
Okay. Awesome. Now, what's the age range?
They're between, if I had to guess, probably between 20 to 50.
Okay. Is it a lot of families, or is it
I'd say probably half of them have families.
half of them families?
Yeah,
Okay.
a lot of them just been kind of starting out,
Okay.
starting their families.
Great. Now, do y'all offer any kind of major medical?
We do. We've
Okay.
got Blue Cross Blue Shield.
Blue Cross Blue Shield. How long have you had Blue Cross Blue Shield?
We've been with them probably now about 5 years.
Okay. So 5 years.
Mhm.
Now, do you have a broker involved with your major medical?
We do. We use Bob over at ABC Broker.
Okay. No, that sounds good. Now, what percentage of the employees do you cover?
As far as
The major medical, like your portion that you cover for
we
them?
cover 60%.
60%?
Mhm.
Okay. Now, do y'all have a deductible with that plan?
We do. It's 1,000, and we're actually we're in talks of raising that to 2,000
Okay.
this year.
So what has you looking to try to raise the deductible?
It's just getting really expensive, especially since we're growing here. 60% of 20 people. It's getting to be a lot.
I understand. No, I definitely do. Now, if I could show you a way maybe that you could save some money, or maybe even kind of, because when you take that to raise that to 2,000, that's an extra 1,000 that you're kind of looking at that would be out of pocket.
Right.
If I could show you a way to kind of maybe bridge some of those gaps, would that be something of interest to you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Great. Well, I can definitely kind of get into some more detail on that. Now, you're covering 60%. So the pre-taxing of the benefits. Are y'all currently pre-taxing?
We are. I think we've got our pre-tax document through Aflac right now.
So you have Aflac?
We do.
Okay, awesome. Is that costing you anything to have them administer those documents?
No.
No? Okay, good. And when it comes to Aflac, what does it look like most people are participating in?
A lot of the cancer and the accidents.
A lot of cancer
seems to be the most prevalent
Okay.
products.
Cancer and accident. Now, how many people are participating out of the 20, would you say?
Maybe around 7.
7? Okay. So, why do you feel maybe only 7 people out of the 20 fellows participated?
I'm just not quite sure if they understood what the products really did.
Okay.
I brought it in here because I know I really wanted some of the protection, and so offering it to the employees, I'm just not sure if they really understood it.
Well, if there is a way to maybe communicate the benefits on a little bit better, or even offer the same products, if not better products, at the same cost or lower cost, would that be something of interest to you?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
I think they're important.
Okay. And how long have you had Aflac?
About 3 years now.
3 years?
Mhm.
Okay. And what do you like best about Aflac?
I think that they've got, some really great products at pretty affordable prices.
Okay.
And I've just, in my past careers, I've just always had the voluntary portion there, so they were just the first people that approached me about it, so decided that that's what I was going to go with.
All right. But again, if you could have the same products, if not better products, at the same cost or lower, you'd be interested?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Yep.
Sounds good.
Yeah, cost is definitely something I try to keep,
Cost.
manage for the employees. Make sure
Okay.
they're not spending a whole lot of their paycheck on benefits.
Okay. Now when it comes to your benefits, is there anything else that you offer for your employees?
Well, I do a $50,000 life insurance for
Okay.
everybody that I pay for.
Okay.
And that's about it for right now.
Now with that life insurance, is that something that they're able, if an employee was to leave or retire, is that something that they could take with them?
No, it's just kind of while they're under my employment.
Okay. So it's not portable. Now, being able to provide an option for your employees to make sure they have some life insurance that they can maybe take with them or continue to have it past their working here, would that be something of interest to you?
Yeah, I'm sure they'd probably be interested in doing something like that.
Okay, great. Now, is there any other programs that y'all offer, 401k or anything like that?
No.
Okay.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
So,
Now, do you feel like your employees really understand? I know we kind of talked about maybe there wasn't a lot of understanding with the Aflac side, but the whole benefit package. Do you feel like your employees have a good understanding of what you're paying for it, what you're covering for them, and really understanding the benefits that you're offering?
No, I don't think so. And funny, because we're in the healthcare field, I still don't think they understand the health insurance part of it.
Well, it can be confusing.
Yeah,
It can
so
be confusing.
Definitely the Aflac, I don't think they really understand that part at
Okay.
all. And then with the Blue Cross Blue Shield, I think they could definitely maybe understand it a little bit better.
Okay. All right. Now, if you could have a third party come in at no cost to you, but really educate each one of your employees on a one-on-one basis, but yet a streamlined process, would that be something of interest to you and no cost to you?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
If you can take that off my plate, that'd be great.
Okay. Now, you're queen for today, which I doubt that's not a comment.
Every day.
Exactly.
Okay.
But you could, if you could offer maybe one product or maybe a couple different products that at no cost, but be able to offer them, or maybe this is something that the employees have come to you and asked for in the past. Is there anything that maybe comes to mind that you feel like would be beneficial?
I'd really like to see the employees really take advantage of the disability.
Okay.
Even though we're already offering it through Aflac, I don't think that they really understand how it can come into play, especially since we have so many females. And like I mentioned before, they're, a little bit younger and they're just starting out their family, so I know they're still, going to be having more children. And I think if they understood that could really help them when it came to maternity leave.
Okay.
I think that's something that would really benefit them.
Okay. Great. So if that communication could be there, maybe even a product that would really benefit them, that would be something of interest?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Great. Now, when it comes to the benefit decisions, who makes the decisions for the company of what's being offered or what's not being offered?
That would be me.
That would be you? Okay, great. Now, when it comes to the annual enrollment, if you can give me kind of paint a picture, give me a snapshot of what that looks like. How is that normally handled?
Well, our open enrollment's in June.
June, okay.
And typically what happens is I call Bob up and he will take care of the Blue Cross Blue Shield information. So he's, comes in and he hands out the packets to them and takes care of the paperwork. And then anything that has to do with the Aflac is really just me kind of going through communicating that to them, letting them know that the rep's coming in.
Okay.
But it's usually me reaching out to the rep, making sure we've got everything lined up.
Okay. Now, do you feel like that's a real effective process?
No, I really don't think I should have to do that.
Okay. So if we could maybe help streamline that whole process, that would be something.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because I really need to be able to focus on my patients and not really have to deal with all the benefits.
I got you. Now, with it being June open enrollment, when's the effective dates of your policies normally? Would that be July?
Yeah, July
Okay.
1st.
Okay. Well, Veronica, I appreciate the information. You've really, you've given me some good information. I definitely feel like there's some areas that we'll definitely be able to help you with. What I want to kind of do is just tell you a little bit about Colonial.
Okay.
Now, Colonial's been around since 1939. We're actually celebrating our 75th year this
Oh,
past year.
All right, congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. And the state of Florida is actually one of our largest accounts. And they've been a client of ours for over 30 years. I like to throw that out there because if we weren't doing something right, the state would have kicked us out a long time ago,
Yeah,
right?
for sure, yeah.
Okay, so, but one way that we've really separated ourselves from any other company out there is we're three companies in one, okay? We're a benefits communication company, we're an enrollment company, and thirdly, we're an insurance company.
Okay.
Now, when it comes to the benefits communication, we have benefit counselors that have, on average, about 7.5 years of industry knowledge. So when they get to sit down one-on-one with the employees are sitting down with an expert. They don't know just Colonial, they know the industry. So whenever if they have any questions or anything, they're able to really go to an expert and talk to them about that.
Can they talk about the Blue Cross Blue Shield stuff?
Yeah, they can.
Okay.
They're able to talk about Blue Cross, the Aflac, really compare apples to apples, really say, okay, let's look at your whole benefit program and really make sure that they're making decisions that fit with their entire benefit program.
Okay.
Now, when it comes to enrollment solutions, we're an enrollment company, so we're able as well, and we're able to handle groups from 3 to 3,000 or more. We have a lot of enrollment options that you as a business owner will be able to take advantage of to make sure that that enrollment process is streamlined and really efficient. And we do those first two at no cost because they're service oriented, and we really want to be a service to our clients. Okay, and then thirdly, we are an insurance company where we have products that we offer as well. Okay, so what I want to kind of get into is what I call the wheel of needs. Okay, I'm in and out of businesses on a regular basis, and these needs that are around this wheel are needs that just constantly are coming up. Now, I'm sure you agree that wages is probably one of the biggest things that impacts employee's paycheck as well as your bottom line when it comes to paying your employees, right? With that, you got your required benefits like your FICA tax and things of that nature.
Right.
Now, as a business owner, if I can show you ways to add money back to your bottom line and help you maybe to save some money in this area, would that be something of interest to you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little start here, and I'll come back to that, and we can talk about that a little bit later, okay? Now, when it comes to your major medical, now, we encourage everybody to have major medical because it's a good base, it's a good foundation.
Okay.
But I look at major medical kind of like a block of Swiss cheese. It has gaps, it has holes, it doesn't cover everything, right?
Right.
And what we want to do is just not come in and just try to fill in those gaps, just shoot a whole bunch of products, see if we can fill the holes. But we really want to help each individual bridge their gap to make sure that they're taken care of.
Okay.
And we know this is a need because out of all the bankruptcies that were filed last year, 68% of them were due to unpaid medical bills, which is kind of alarming. Wouldn't you agree?
Right. I
Now,
can see how that happens.
You can.
Yeah.
What I found was even more alarming was out of that 68%, 78% of them had some type of major medical,
Oh, wow.
and they still had to file bankruptcy.
Wow. Okay.
Now, why do you feel that is?
Oh, wow. I'm probably those holes.
The gaps and holes,
Yeah.
right? And yeah, I get that answer a lot, and that's very true. What we've also found is it's a lack of income protection because 72% of people are living paycheck to paycheck.
Okay.
And so when that accident, that sickness, that maternity, that pregnancy, those different things that happen that put you out from being able to make sure that you're able to earn a paycheck, it really affects being able to pay the car payment, mortgage, putting food on the table, right?
Right.
And as Americans, we insure everything. We insure our houses, cars, boats, cell phones. I mean, I pay that cell phone insurance religiously. But we forget to insure our number one asset, which is our paycheck.
Okay.
Now, you as an employer, what you're going to be able to provide for your employees is a solution to make sure that they're not falling into to be a statistic. Do you feel like that would be beneficial for your employees?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Well, we'll definitely kind of touch on that a little bit more.
Okay.
When it comes to survivor benefits, 40% of people say they don't have any life insurance or they don't have enough life insurance. And a lot of times, I don't know about you, but I know I get a lot of emails that say, hey, buy this $10,000 policy, but you really don't know what you're getting. Or if you need $1 million policy, you have every insurance agency in Jacksonville coming to knock on your door, right? But if you're just needing $20,000, $30,000, $100,000, it's a little bit tougher to get somebody to really dissect and look at what your personal needs are, right? Because your situation, my situation are going to be completely different.
Right.
And so what you're going to be able to provide as an employer for your employees is to make sure that their individual needs are being taken care of. Because when they sit down with a benefit counselor, they're able to look at, okay, what are my survival benefit needs? You know, what are my life insurance needs? Have a 30-year mortgage, let's get a 30-year term, or whatever the needs may be.
Okay.
So do you feel that would be beneficial for your employees,
Mhm.
that education aspect?
Definitely.
All right. Now, when it comes to the catastrophic illness, 1 out of 2 males, 1 out of 3 women are falling to some type of catastrophic illness. You know, that's your heart attack, that's your stroke, kidney failure, cancer. 2/3 of the overall cost of cancer goes unpaid, which is, you know, your medical insurance is going to pay the doctors.
Okay.
But if you have that specific type of cancer and that specialist is out in, let's say, Wyoming, you're going to want to go to Wyoming, right? You go
Yeah.
get it taken care of. So things that you don't think about that are in there is like travel, lodging, experimental treatments, you know, all those different things. So we want to make sure that employees are being taken care of and that you're able to provide solutions for them. So if they have family history needs or they have different needs or concerns around these, they're able to be met and taken care of.
Okay.
Okay? So these are the needs that we see on a regular basis. Now when it comes to a solution aspect, we have a lot of different solutions that can really fit into each individual's needs. Okay? So when it comes to the disability insurance, that's our income protection. What's great about this policy is if 3 people participate, it's not a minimum participation, but if 3 people do participate, it's guaranteed issue. So there's no health questions that are taken into consideration or anything along those lines. It'll cover up to 60% of your income, and then also what it's going to also cover is it's going to cover that maternity leave that you were talking about before.
Great.
So you're going to be able to provide a solution for your employees to make sure that they're taken care of with the education of our benefit counselor, being able to sit down with them one-on-one, of looking at what their personal needs are.
Okay.
And this actually ties in really well with our accident insurance, okay? Because it's your bumps, bruises, scrapes, broken bones, things of that nature. You're able to cover the whole family with it. And let's say Sally was cleaning out the gutters on Saturday. She falls and breaks her leg. You know, the accident policy is going to pay for that broken leg as well as her disability because she's not able to come in and work. It's going to help keep that income coming in.
Okay.
So these two pair really well together. Now, when it comes to covering for your out-of-pocket and that $2,000 that you're looking to go for, what we have is this hospital confinement or medical bridge. And what this really does is it helps kind of bridge that gap of the deductible, especially if you're having to raise it. You know, some people might be comfortable with a $1,000 deductible, but you raise it up to $2,000, that becomes a little bit tougher. So you're able to put in a hospital confinement, so where if they get admitted to the hospital on first day benefit, because what are hospitals trying to get? What are they trying to do? They're trying to kick you out of there as quick as possible, right? You're in and out. So ours pays on a first day benefit. So if you're in there for more than 20 hours, it's going to pay you the lump sum for being admitted. Then you get an option of $1,000 or $2,000 or whatever you'd like to choose. But you can also cover for things like outpatient surgery, doctor's visits. There's a lot of diagnostics. There's a lot of different aspects that this can kind of help cover that out-of-pocket cost and kind of maybe bridge some of those gaps that you may have in your major medical.
Okay.
Okay, and then we have our life insurance where it's portable, so if these people were to leave, they could take it with them. They're going to have a benefit counselor that's going to be able to sit down with them one-on-one and really look at what their personal needs are. We have term, whole life, universal life, juvenile, universal life. So you're going to put some life insurance on the family, on the kids, and make sure everybody's taken care of and where they need to be with their life insurance. And then lastly, we have our catastrophic illness plans which specified disease like cancer, okay? And what this is going to do is it's going to cover for the treatment of cancer, okay? So things like radiation and chemotherapy, you know, the per day benefits, all the different things that comes for the treatment of cancer, that's what that covers. What's great about this policy is it's not age banded, okay? And it's, and you're able to really look at a lot of different options to make sure that your family's taken care of when that comes, if cancer is something that comes up. And then with our critical illness, what this does is it pays on a lump sum benefit for being diagnosed with heart attack, stroke, kidney failure, major things like that. Now what's neat about this policy is it's not a one and done type policy, meaning if you have a heart attack and then you had a $10,000 policy and you had a heart attack, what it's going to do is it's going to pay that $10,000, okay? But then let's say 6 months down the road you ended up having a stroke, it's going to pay $10,000 for that because it's going to stay in effect till 3 times the face amount's been paid out. So it's really a neat policy.
Okay.
Now, Veronica, these are some of the solutions, but really the one thing that separates us from anybody else out there is the way we operate, okay? And the way we operate is we want to keep you out of the insurance business, so we want to find out what the interest would be of your employees for you. And the way we do that is we do a group meeting, okay? So we'll come in, talk about what's being offered, pass out some packets with the product information as well as some rate sheets so they can really look at everything and make a good educated decision on what they need to participate in. And we're going to pass around a reservation sheet during that group meeting. So what they'll be able to do is sign up for their time slot to be able to sit down with our benefit counselor. So then we'll come in either the next day or the day after and sit down with them one-on-one and really look at what their individual needs are and help them make a decision on what they would like to participate in or not participate in.
Okay.
So, what days would be best to try to do that group meeting and do that one-on-one?
I mean, I'm not quite sure. I mean, first I think I'd like to take this and just see who would be interested in it.
Okay.
You know, especially the people that maybe have the Aflac.
Okay.
Like maybe if you've got like a quote sheet or something that you can leave so that they can see the difference.
Yeah. No. Veronica, I definitely understand where you're coming from. A lot of my clients have actually said the same thing. And what we found is that when you give them the opportunity to really sit down one-on-one, and our benefit counselors who know the industry and know really how everything works and really able to educate them, because one of the things that we talked about before was education and really making sure that your employees understand what's being offered to them. So by doing this group meeting and doing the one-on-ones, you're providing that to them, and that allows them to then make a decision of what they would like to participate in or not participate in it, and really make an educated decision.
Okay.
So with that being said, do you see the need in this? Do you see the value of this?
I do.
Okay.
Yeah, I do.
So if you see the value of it, given the opportunity for your employees to really kind of sit down with our benefit counselors, do you feel like they would see the value of it?
I'd hope so.
Okay. So with that being said, what we want to do, like I said, is keep you out of the insurance industry. So what we'll do is we'll do a group meeting. So that way we can give a broad overview of everything that we want to talk about, and then do the one-on-one so that way we can really get into detail and educate them so that way they can make a good decision on what's best for their families. Would a Tuesday be good to do the group meeting, maybe during lunch time, and then we can come back on Thursday when you don't have any patients and do the one-on-ones?
Yeah, that'll probably work.
Okay.
Yeah.
So next Tuesday I can bring in some lunch and do like a quick group meeting with them?
Oh yeah, food will get from there.
Okay, so we'll start that at 12. Okay, and then so that we can make sure that we see everybody on Thursday, can we start right at 8 o'clock?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, well, what I need is just a couple pieces of paper and we can get that taken care of.
Okay.
All right, guys, thanks.